Alrighty, new to streaming. As you can see, a little technical difficulties there, but not new to crypto. 7 years in this game. Excited that you're here. Hit that refresh button and let me know if you're watching this thing live or if you're watching a recording. Look, Bitcoin at $69,000. Is it going to retrace? Is it going to die? Are we going to all-time highs? The reality is nobody knows, but I want to share a couple thoughts, maybe answer some questions in the chat. Let's have some fun. And I'll probably do a stream where we're just kind of hanging out probably every day this week. So let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I always go to the comments and I actually personally reply. I don't have my assistant reply on YouTube. I actually spend some time and read what you guys say. So if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. If you're watching live, hashtag live. Now look, what do you guys think in the chat? Are we going to create some new all-time highs, or was $69,000 just a small little push in this market? You know, I believe and I do know from 7 years in this game that there has to be pullbacks. We have to see this market take people through an emotional journey. And I'll show the chart at the end. I'm really not going to go through charts on these lives, but price got right above, and then just everybody got really excited. Mainstream media was talking about Bitcoin. And then welcome to the space. Welcome to the crypto party today. For all of the new people that bought today at all-time highs, they needed to be humbled. And we saw over $1 billion of liquidations in crypto. So if you're here, glad you're here. Hashtag replay or hashtag live. Now, I want to talk about a couple things, right? We saw a Bitcoin whale today, a wallet that had not moved since 2010, sell a lot of their Bitcoin, right? Isn't that kind of crazy? North Carolina in the building. Good morning. Hello. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, and feel free to share this with a friend. We saw one Bitcoin miner today actually sold a lot of their crypto. Now, this is some really good. It's actually really bullish. You know why this is bullish? Is Bitcoin is moving from old hands to new hands. It's moving from people that are actually going to hold this asset. Now, here's the good news is crypto was actually created, if you read the Bitcoin white paper, to be used and to be spent. And it wasn't created for it to just sit there and not move, which is what these banks and these institutions and what these governments and what probably you're doing as well. But it's supposed to be used as a currency that you're actually trading and buying goods and services with. So today, this wallet that's been dormant for a very long time, Bitcoin that was mined from 2010, actually sold at the all-time high. What are your thoughts on this in the chat? Feel free to let me know. I think it's okay. Anybody who buys at the top of a market deserves to get crushed. Anybody who buys on the breakout deserves to get crushed. It is what it is, right? Now, every time these markets drop, you always have like issues that happen. Did everybody survive the Instagram and Facebook meltdown today? Let me know if you survived. Comment I survived in the chat if you did. Right? Instagram was down for 2 hours. And I know all the influencers, they couldn't influence. And all the people on Facebook, they couldn't Facebook. And the people on, I think, WhatsApp, they couldn't WhatsApp. Last week in America, there was a major cell phone outage. Like, I actually have that company that went out last week called AT&T. And you know what AT&T decided to do? I'm trying to find it real fast. They sent us a message that said, hey, sorry for the inconvenience. We are going to give you $5. $5. Okay. I drove to the gym with no cell phone service, and they're offering me five. I could have got kidnapped, and I would not have been able to call anybody. And they're giving me $5. And today, Instagram and Facebook go down. Are they preparing us for something much bigger coming? Oh man. You guys seen that movie, Leave the World Behind? I don't know. It might be happening. They might leave us behind. Hawaii is watching. What's going on? I didn't even know about it. Yeah, I mean, if you were sleeping, maybe you didn't catch it, but some of us, I was up early today. I've been doing calls for almost 11, almost 10 hours here straight. So this is my last call and I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I'm lying to you. I always say that, then I just don't go to sleep. So, Coinbase today, once again, centralized exchanges. You know what they're saying? We're not going to work as well. Coinbase said, we are aware that some users may be experiencing errors, right? Every time crypto goes up, the markets fall. Bitcoin hits an all-time high today, and then Instagram and Facebook get shut down. I posted a reel on Instagram, and you can't even make this up. I posted it, and within minutes, Instagram turns off. It just stops working. I thought my phone was down. And then Coinbase starts showing that users have a balance of $0. What's the moral of the story here? Is in crypto, don't trust your exchanges. And let me ask you guys a question. Glad you guys are here watching this thing live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the chat. If you lost your Instagram and your Facebook, how would you communicate with your audience? How would you communicate with your people? Are you going to start sending pigeons around the world, delivering letters? It's something I want you to think about. If you're a business owner and you lose social media, how are you keeping contact of your contacts? I'm not going to go through it on this live here today. I'm going to be doing a webinar next week talking about that, how to actually get self-custody of your following, right? How do you take your following online to offline? That's really important. It's a conversation for people that are building a business, but we're going to have that conversation because what would you do? You know how many TikTok influencers today were probably in anxiety? Probably a lot, okay? So crypto related, take your crypto off exchanges. One of the, top signals of every bull market is usually when Coinbase hits the top 10, usually top 5 in the App Store. Okay, if you guys have a Twitter account, here's a good account you guys can follow. Coinbase app rank bot twice a day, 8 a.m. Pacific. So that's 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This bot will go off and it'll tell us which rank the Coinbase app is in the App Store, in finance and all apps. So when we see this in the top 5, top 10, if I see that shit at number 1, I am selling everything that I have in crypto, okay? If I could see it at number 1, we out. Don't know where we're out to, but we're out, okay? Definitely make sure you follow this account. Now, we got some crazy news here today regarding this Bitcoin ETF, okay? And if you're new to crypto, you can start with... if you don't know anything about crypto and you just found this channel, I put together a book, free book, no strings attached, 12 months ago. I created a book at the bottom of a bear market, which I knew it was not the exact price, but I knew that we were in an extremely low point in the market that eventually we would bounce at around, 20K-ish, right? And FTX collapsed, pushed us to 16, whatever. And I released that book January of last year. And it's in the chat, okay, DeFiEbook.com. Go read that. Now, look, today, $10 billion in volume, okay, in the Bitcoin ETFs. We are seeing an outflow of gold ETFs and money flowing into these Bitcoin ETFs. What a great time to be alive. T. Miller said that was up early for 100%. Okay. Everybody's talking about it. Bitcoin's at 60 what? 63,000 right now. We'll look at the chart here in a few minutes. I'm not giving out entries or zones. That's not my intention at all. But just really a lot of people have asked for me to do a little bit more stuff on YouTube. So here I am at a 10:11 on a Tuesday, and we'll probably go live. Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to go live every day this week at 10 p.m. Eastern. People watching the recording as well. So this is big volume interest. Now, today was the first day, and if you want to take a picture of this, today was the first day. And these are all the Bitcoin ETF tickers. All of them closed red. Okay, all of them closed red. If you want me to stream every day, let me know in the chat. I'm going to probably do it regardless, but I always like the support in the chat. Every single day, every single Bitcoin ETF ticker today, these publicly traded stocks, guess what they did? They closed red. They closed minus 8% today, all of them. I think if I was on Wall Street and I was one of those like Wolf of Wall Street people, I'm calling all the old money and I'm saying, hey, get back in the game after hours, and I'm selling Bitcoin after hours. And you can't see it now, but the after hour prices, the post market prices, this was up. Okay. BlackRock was around 36 in post market. So tomorrow morning I'm going to be awake looking at trading New York session tomorrow. Not going to be on YouTube, but I will be trading New York session tomorrow personally. And I think there's going to be a bounce back tomorrow. Let's see what happens, right? Because we saw the all-time high and then shit hit the fan. And everything just dropped really fast. Okay? So let's see what happens here. Today, if you think you're having a bad day here, hold on. If you think you're having a bad day, 1.1, I'm on a website called coinglass.com. $1.1 billion was liquidated from the markets today. So if you think you're having a bad day, somebody probably lost $100 million today. I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to get through your tough times. Okay? Anybody having a good day, though, today? Anybody buy when the market dropped? Anybody excited about life? Let me know in the chat. Okay? And this is a cool website. Maybe I'll do a little video on here. This is like futures positions and liquidations and leverage on Bybit and Binance futures. You can see here that the whole market the past 24 hours has just been hopium. Everybody's bullish. Everybody's buying. Everybody's doing one thing. What normally happens when the market's all doing one thing? I saw a picture that if Bitcoin hits like 50-something thousand, I think it's like 58 or 55, like $6 billion will be liquidated. Now, usually after a $1 billion liquidation day, usually money comes back in. Like, for example, Bitcoin was in the 50s. It's back at 60-something already. All right, let me know if you bought some crypto today. Let me know what you bought in the chat. $1.1 billion. You think you're having a bad day until you meet Johnny, who just lost his life savings on a leverage trade in crypto. And that's why leverage trading is not for 99% of the people watching this. Stick to just investing. And if you're going to invest long term. That whole short term, I'm going to try to time the market, that doesn't really work. Like, how is that going for you? For most people, they're not good traders. Like, can you learn? Can you get educated? Can you plug into some mentorship? Of course. And I'm not giving out lessons on YouTube on how to trade leverage right now. But what's your plan? What's your plan in your life? Let me ask you two questions here, and not to get all motivational with you, but I'm going to get a little motivational with you. Where are you today in your life? You don't have to put it in the chat. Think about this. Where am I today? Am I happy with where I'm at? Do I want to stay where I'm at? What are the highlights of today? Of where I'm at? What am I grateful for? Great, you should start there. But where am I at today? And most importantly, let me ask you a question is, where do I want to go? Somebody in the chat, tell me where you want to go in the next 60 days, 90 days, 12 months. Trading, investing, building a business. Guys, all of that shit is hard. Building a business is not easy. making money online, making money in crypto, like it actually is easy when you get to that point and you realize how easy it is, but it's mentally draining. It's physically sometimes draining on your body because your mind gets so weak that your body physically gets sick. That's why it's called disease, dis-ease. Like you could actually, I believe this, you could actually put yourself in a very, very toxic mindset that leads to toxicity in your body. I'm not a doctor, speak to a physician, but you get what I'm saying. And I believe the same way as you can heal yourself with a lot of different things. Okay. So where do you want to go? If you want to be in crypto long term, you got to have that long term attitude, that long term, no matter what happens, no matter the number in my portfolio, there's some things that I'm going to stick with. Like one thing that people do in crypto is they change their take profits. You know, they're sitting there telling people, you know what? I'm gonna, when Bitcoin hits 50K, I'm going to take some profit. 52, 53, 54. And they keep changing it, keep changing it, keep changing it. They bought it at 3K and they said at 50K, I'm going to take some profits. And they never do it. You know what that does? Is it really will mess with you mentally. It'll really mess with your vibe and your strategy and your mindset about about this internet money. Okay? This internet money is not just going to show up in your account automatically, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. This internet money, it's going to move always to smart money, and it's always going to, and look, no, actually, you know what? It's not. That's bullshit. This internet money might move to you. You might get some of it, but you'll probably give it back. I've given it back many times in my earlier days. And you know what I had to realize? Is I needed to stop giving it back. I needed to learn how to go into a stable coin and stop being so egotistical of holding a freaking position just to hold a position. Now, there are some signs of when you should get out of a market, and there's some signs that, but the first thing you should know is, why am I buying something without knowing when I'm going to get out? I think we should start there. I think we should build a culture in crypto that, yeah, BlackRock's here, the banks are here, but doesn't that also mean that they can manipulate the market more eventually? Doesn't it mean that they can manipulate a manipulated market even more? What are your guys' thoughts on that in the chat? Tell a friend we live. Tell a friend right now, we're live on here. I found this quote so funny. Shout out to Douglas. He said, I paid $120,000 for an MBA, a master's in business, only to watch magic internet money outperform the market. I mean, can you think of a funnier sentence? Times have changed, everybody. I'm not against school. I'm not against education, but I'm against the educational system. How come I wasn't taught how to do taxes and how to plan and how to set a budget? And, you know, I just hire people to do that for me, just like you should probably do as well, unless you want to end up in jail. Okay. If you don't know how to do your taxes, you probably shouldn't be doing your taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all just risking it. Like, you're moving real funny. You haven't paid taxes in 10 years. Like, you think you're not going to get in trouble? I don't know. You do you. You do you. But I don't want to see you in an orange jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? Paid $120,000 for an MBA only to watch Matt. Isn't that kind of funny? Like, is it just me? Am I the only one that has a sense of humor here? Times have changed. Times have changed. And we got to understand that if we don't adopt with these times, we get left behind. And this is why technology, why older people sometimes think, man, I can't learn it. Man, I'm too old. Too old is a mindset. I only went to KFC in Peru. Okay, the restaurant in Peru, it's fire. Okay, KFC in Peru, in Lima, Peru, Ladco Mod to be exact, across the street from the JW Marriott. KFC in Peru, 10 out of 10. In America, don't eat it. That's funny. I don't know where I was going with that. I thought started thinking about KFC. I don't know why I started thinking about KFC. Anyways, this shit is funny. You know why this is funny? Is because you can learn a skill and you could actually pass that skill down. See, investing is a skill that you have to go through some things to learn some things. And if you can learn some things and have some capital, you know, one of the biggest mistakes that people made last year, let me know in the chat if you want to know the biggest mistake. One of the biggest mistakes people made last year is they weren't focused on making more money while the markets were going down. So their income, I don't know why, where was I going with, it's late, guys. I've been talking for like 10 hours. It'll come back to me. We're going to talk about some Solana stuff here in a second. I'm going to stop cursing. Markets are going down. People's income was staying. You guys like how this camera's like following me? It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to stream from this desk. Might stream from the other room. Markets going down. People's income staying the same. People not focused on making more money last year was one of the biggest mistakes they could have made. Or just diversifying the income they had into the markets. And this is the result. This is what happens. I'm not a financial advisor on paper. Never will be one. I'll never tell you what to do with your money. There's a risk involved. This internet magic money can go to zero. Bitcoin can go to zero. But you know what the truth is? The truth is we have to really start questioning who we listen to in our lives. You don't even have to listen to me. You choose that. You can research me. You can do all that stuff. I don't got time to convince people. I can care less. But you really got to ask yourself this question. Who's my mentor? And you know the truth is, a lot of times you have to pay for mentorship. And most people don't want to do that. And I'm not here to sell you shit. I'm just doing a freaking YouTube stream. Okay. But most people, they want free. Now, this is a free live. You can take what you want from it. We're just having a conversation. I'm just bored at 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. Club's not going up, but crypto's going up. And we're just having some fun. But really ask yourself, like if I'm 18 and 19, 20 years old again, would I go back to school for 4 years, 5 years? Like, unless you're going to network or learn how to like learn actually a real skill, like being a doctor or a nurse or something like that, lawyer, great. But would you go into debt right now for some of those skills that don't pay anything? How do you start a business? You don't go to business school anymore. You start a business. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the chat. Now, one of the coolest businesses that I've seen in this bull market right now is this Solana SoulChat. Just came out this week where you can FaceTime people on the blockchain. I mean, come on. We're taking this to another level. I mean, you can FaceTime people. You can text them. You can call them with the blockchain. It's called SoulChat. Pretty crazy. Take a look at this video. This dude is on his Solana. First off, he's on his Solana phone. Now, I don't have the Solana phone because it's an Android, but let's just take a look. This dude is on his Solana phone, and he is about to call somebody on the Solana blockchain. I mean, this is kind of next level, kind of cool. What do you guys think about this? I'm bullish. I mean, I'm bullish. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't see this stuff happening on Ethereum. And I like Ethereum. I think Ethereum is the government's choice. I think Ethereum is going to go 7 to 10K. But the gas fees, guys. I mean, when are we going to start saying like, hey, 56 Gwei is not okay. That's like $30. That's not okay. Solana, it is cheaper. And you know what's so funny is people used to say Solana's for the poor people. Solana's stupid. Solana's going to zero. During 1 year ago, I mean, we don't got to go back in time. I am going to get one of those phones. I probably will get one of those phones. You know what's so funny? Is 1 year ago, Solana was at $20. And I don't know about you, but I was in Europe most of last year, and I was screaming from the hilltops, and I was telling people, hey, you should probably not sleep on Solana. It was at 20 bucks. It had a market cap of $8 billion. And today, 6x higher, 54 billion in market cap. And I love to see technology. Like, this is actually cool. You know what's not cool? High gas fees. You know what's not cool? Expensive fees. I'm trying to send a friend an NFT. It's not an expensive NFT. The NFT is worth a couple $100. And the fee, okay, if you're new to crypto, there's fees when you send transactions. The fee is almost half of the price of the NFT. Somebody in the chat tell me if that makes sense. So I'm gonna send a $200 NFT to somebody, but I gotta pay $100 in fees. That's not scalable, but nobody cares because in crypto and in investing sometimes, speculation drives price. When you're raising capital from a venture capitalist, sometimes speculation, the speculation that they think that your company is going to be evaluated at a higher price one day, guess what? You could even say that's speculation. Seed round, I mean, come on. So this is cool. I'm pretty bullish on this. Now, here's what's cooler about this is this dude was calling on a Solana phone using SoulChat on the Helium network. If you guys don't know what Helium is, okay? Helium is not paying me to say this. I don't even know how much money they got, but they don't got enough to pay me to say this. Holy sheesh, they're in Miami. I didn't even know that. Well, that's even more bullish. Shout out Miami. 305 day today. If you guys don't know, you don't know. It's okay. It's a Miami thing. Guess what? Nationwide, $20 a month. They need to get an international plan. Well, they got a video here. I don't know. I'm going to test it out. I'll let you guys know how it is. I'm going to try to connect on my other iPhones. But anyways, Helium, okay, was a project. A lot of my students were able to get this around $1. Helium was a project that started out on the Ethereum network. And then guess what they did? They migrated to the Solana network. I wonder why. I wonder why they would do that. Somebody in the chat tell me why. Oh, yeah, it's cheaper. Okay. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Is this was at $50. It went, everybody, to $1. Oof. You tell the average person that something was at 50 and it went to $1. I have Helium phone and earning for helping map their network. I love it. Let me know in the chat if you have a Helium. I have wow, more people than I thought. I don't have one of those. Should I get one of those? I should get one of those. I should get one of the phones first. You tell the average person, like, yeah, it was at 50, now it's at $1. They're like, well, this is stupid. This is dumb. This is a terrible investment. Why would I buy? I'm going to just show this real quick. Oh, I don't know. Wonder where did all this volume come from? What the hell's going on here? There's a lot of money coming in at the bottom. I wonder why. I wonder why. Well, that makes sense. So, SoulChat looking pretty bullish. They did drop a token. I would not buy this. I would not buy this. Okay. It's a low cap coin right now. I would watch this, but also it was at 40 cents and it went to $6. And this is why people lose money in crypto, is they are chasers. They chase guys, they chase girls, they chase drinks, they chase all this types of stuff. They chase coins. If you chase coins, you will get wrecked. I don't know how to say it in a nicer way. Emily or Flora. I mean, how do I say this, Subo, nicer? If you chase low cap coins, You will question your life at the end of this bull market. Okay? Take a look at it. Okay. Now here's the thing. This is what we call utility. And I know utility is a word that I hate using because sometimes people overuse it. And if you overuse the utility word, I will delete your number out of my phone. Okay? Would you use this project if they had a token or if they didn't have a token? That's how we should think of utility. Like, would you use a decentralized way to communicate on the blockchain, calling people through the blockchain? I mean, that's maybe I'm just hyped. Maybe I just like talking to people. Like, I'm on my desktop right here. Guess what? I have iMessage, I have WhatsApp, I have Telegram, I have all these different communication channels. I would close all of that down for something like this. If I could have it on my phone and my desktop and a nice little application, I mean, we're talking big business on SoulChat, small business on iMessage, right? And if you have an Android, I don't know what type of messages you have, but it's green and it pisses me off. So get rid of it. Last couple things here. We're gonna wrap this up. And if you're getting some value from this, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And make sure you guys watch the videos down below. Look, Google Trends is telling us right here how to buy Bitcoin is not even like, it's not even going up. I mean, I don't know if we're early. I don't know if we're late. I don't know if this market is about to go back to 50K. We got to see what happens over the next couple of days. But what I do know is the interest from retail, the interest from the mainstream world is still not there. And you know what that tells me? I got to buy more altcoins. Okay? That's what that tells me. I got to buy more altcoins. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come on. And you know what this tells me right here? Is we're probably going to go higher, and then we're probably going to fall much faster. Now, I'm a believer that we do see 40K again, mid-40s. And my analysis and what I've been sharing for the past 15 months is we were either going up and then back down, or we were going to come fill those levels and then go higher. ETFs change the narrative a little bit. Interest rates being paused, right? Interest rates being paused, change the narrative a little bit. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin will probably still drop 60 to 90% when the all-time high is in. So whether we go to 80, 90, 120K, we'll probably still will come back down. But are you not going to enjoy the gains on the way up? There's still time, right? How to use Coinbase. It's still, I mean, look at this. May of 2021, it peaked. Okay, May of 2021, that chart peaked. Take a look at this. May of 2021. I'm just really trying to hopefully help somebody here tonight realize that it's not too late. You need to learn, you need to study, you need to do some work. You got to do a little work. I know it's tough. May of 2021. Where was Bitcoin May of 2021? Oh, wow. It was at the low. This is when Coinbase peaked, and then price went on a crazy 100% run. Google Trends still has this thing down here. You know when it also peaked? November of 2021. What was that, everybody? That was your Thanksgiving. If you live in America, you know what Thanksgiving is. If you don't live in America, I don't know if you want to come here right now. We'll see what happens in a couple months. But if you do, November, the third Thursday, there's a holiday called Thanksgiving, which is actually, do some research. It's a good holiday to spend with your family, but the deeper meaning is a little crazy, right? Anyways, we're not going to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole right now, but I don't know about y'all, but y'all see that? Peaked bear market. I mean, it's still at a level 19 out of 100. What are you thinking, guys? Is there still more time here? The Coinbase app bot is still showing us at the 44th biggest app in the App Store. Once again, when we see this in the top 10, then I would be looking for some exits for sure. And I have other exits. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video on it. Okay. How you feeling in the chat? Let me know. Let me know if you get some value from this. Now, just in looking in Bitcoin in general, I mean, what are you going to do here? If you're new coming into crypto right now, I think it's a really dangerous place. You know, you're coming in at the top of Bitcoin. Now, are there some altcoins that I'm pretty bullish on? Yeah, guys, go down below, watch the video where I talk about the comparison between Solana versus Ethereum. And I give some price predictions on Solana compared to Ethereum. Nobody wanted to listen to my price predictions, and I have documentation of all of it on my Twitter account, DeFi Mike, DEFI. Yeah, I changed my username. I don't know why I keep going to that. It's DeFi Mike with 2 I's. I'll never ask you for money. Yeah, DeFi Mike. Go down here. And I mean, there's videos and documentation. All of that is on Twitter. Okay. Guess what? If Solana breaks this level here, go watch the video and see my price predictions. Okay. I hope you have a great night. If there's any questions, maybe I'll answer a couple questions here. I think we're in a good place. Here. I just can't get over this quote. If there's any questions, let me know. I paid $120K for an MBA only to watch Magic Internet Money outperform the market. You know, the MVP is definitely the dog with hat. I didn't buy any, but they're talking about meme coins on Bloomberg. Isn't that incredible? I find that so hilarious, so funny. Okay. And yeah, let me know in the chat if you have a couple questions. I would watch this maybe a couple times. Hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You want to make sure you get notified. I'm going to be live most likely tomorrow at the same time. So set a reminder. Have some fun. And what I'll probably do is I'll go over some of the things happening in the world, some of the things happening in the markets, and maybe even answer a couple questions. So, guys, have a great night. And, man, I think it's such a great time to be in crypto. I think it's such a great time to be an entrepreneur. I think there's windows of opportunity that we have in our lives. And I think windows of opportunity also move very quickly in our lives. You know, you always sometimes hear about these stories, right? I saw Bitcoin at this price. Well, did you buy any? No, the window left you. Honey, the window left. You didn't do anything. You didn't learn from the past mistakes you made. And then Bitcoin is at $1,000 and you're telling me that you saw it, but you didn't do anything about it. I mean, could you invested $100? You know, that's the issue. That's the issue here is people don't, it's better to like screw up. I mean, I think it's better to screw up and get in trouble and regret something and lose some things than to live a life of regret. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you know some people that have some regret. Put a 1 in the chat if you know some people that, man, they should have bought the stocks 20 years ago. They were there. They should have held on to the properties in America in 2008. They should have bought some properties in 2008. They should have bought some properties. I mean, you hear all of these stories of like, I should have. But why didn't they? Why didn't they? You know why they didn't do it? Is because they were, number 1, probably not educated. Number 2, they were probably had some fear. Number 3, they probably had some communities and some people around them, and they were probably listening to the damn media. They were probably listening to people who had no idea what they were doing, and they let those people influence them. Just like today, Instagram and TikTok, or Instagram and Facebook went down, and all the influencers were like, oh my God, I can't influence. Well, let me ask you a question. What are you actually influencing? Are you actually making money from your social media, or are you trying to look like you make money from social media? You know, that American dream that so many of us have been sold, You know what's crazy is some people on this call watching this, you don't even live in America, and you've heard about the American dream. Let me know in the chat if that's you. Well, let me tell you something. The American dream used to be a dream. And it used to be an amazing, beautiful dream when you could actually get a job and actually take care of your family. And actually, if you bought a house, I mean, you could actually afford to live there. But now, I mean, I don't know how people are doing. I'm doing well, I'm doing decent, and I don't know how people are doing it. Like, really. Credit card debt, all-time high. Student loan debt, all-time high. Average household, I believe, has over $6,000 in credit card debt right now. It's a nightmare for a lot of people. And the one thing that you can control, though, is what you learn. Spending some time on this channel, spending some time getting around people. So focus on what you can control. Hope you have a great night. If you got some value, hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, DeFi Mike Sotero. God bless you.